Madison is looking for a second date update. We're going to try to help her out. Hi, Madison. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, so I met Ben on Match right after the holidays. I told him I'm not in a rush to get into a relationship. I just, wanted to get out there, meet some people, explore possibilities.
It's good to put that out there first, because if guys think you are seeking marriage sooner than later, it can kind of scare them off a little.
Unless he's a guy that is looking for that too. And then you would want to let them know as well that you're not the one for them. If
Right.
they're the one looking to get married. It always gets put on the women. Like the women are always the ones that are in the big rush to get married, and men don't want that.
Where is this going?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely wanted to make sure expectations were limited, right? Like, I just wanted to explore. And he said he was in the same boat. So I was really excited to meet him. No pressure, really relaxed, kind of just chill. And we met for coffee first, and it was easy, right? We hung out, talked for about an hour, and I hadn't planned on doing this, but it was going really well, and he was just nice to be around. So I asked him to go to a friend's wedding with me. I planned on going by myself, but I always go alone, and I think how nice it would be just to have someone there, you know what I mean? Like, to talk to, sit with, dance with, and I thought he'd be a good date. That's all.
Yeah, that's not a heavy thing, right? Like when you ask someone to go to a wedding, that's not a huge deal. It's not like you're taking them back to your parents, right? Am I wrong,
No, but
ladies?
I kind of feel like it is a little bit weird of a date. Don't you feel like that's a weird date?
No, because I think a lot of people do that. Like, hey, I need a date for this wedding I got to go to. You want to come? Just as
Right, like I
friends?
just didn't want to fly solo,
Totally.
So when I asked, he didn't even hesitate. He was like, yeah, sure, sounds good. And we went together, and I thought we had a really good time. We hung out, drank a little, danced, we laughed. We ended up getting a room at the hotel and stayed over, had brunch the next day. So, it was a good time. And I'm still not looking for anything serious. It was a good time. Want to make sure. But I do want to see him again. I've reached out a few times and just haven't heard anything back, and I'm not really sure why. So kind of hoping you can help me figure that out.
Well, how do you top hotel sex?
I know. There is something there for sure.
Especially if that's your first time you hook up. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was a good time.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I just want to see, what happened, because he hasn't really reached out and hasn't answered me.
You didn't get sloppy drunk at the wedding or puke your guts out or...
No. It
All
was good, clean fun.
You didn't catch the bouquet, did you?
Oh, no. I was
Big
very much
giveaway.
avoiding. I didn't even want to get up there for the bouquet toss.
That's funny. Okay. We'll call... So it's been how long, you said?
Just like a week.
Oh, okay. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll call Ben, see what he's been up to, and maybe get you a second date.
Hope so. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe get you two in one of your own beds this time.
I don't know. There's so many distractions when you're in one person's environment. Too many things,
But that night's in
that you could
room,
spot.
man.
Yeah.
No distractions whatsoever. Very you can focus.
I'll tell you
Very
what,
easy to focus
If
there.
he says yes to a second date, we'll pay for the dinner, but the hotel is on you.
I'll take
We
the
can't
dinner.
use your
I'll
Marriott
take the
points.
dinner.
Yeah, my bond boy points.
Yeah, it's your bond boy points.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Second date update continues. Madison is putting herself out there. I think you said you met Ben on Match. Is that right?
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
but you're not looking to get married anytime soon or play
No.
house.
Nope.
Yeah. So the coffee date went really well, and she felt comfortable enough with him to ask him to accompany her to a wedding, which I think is perfectly fine. I don't think it's that big a deal. If you don't want to go solo, you'd like to have a date. This is someone whose company you enjoy. This may be an opportunity to get to know them. And kudos to him for going to a wedding of people he doesn't even know. Because that would be pure hell for me.
Yeah. Weddings are tough.
Agreed, Jeff.
I mean, you really have to have a certain mindset going in. You have to, be kind of prepared for anything really at a wedding.
And that went so well, they ended up getting a hotel room.
How drunk were you?
I mean, mean, it's a wedding, right? So we had a few, but not enough to be messy, but definitely enough not to be driving.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's sensible.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So is that kind of how it was played? You know, you looked at each other and you're like, I shouldn't drive, should you?
Oh, no. I
No.
totally shouldn't drive.
And you know what we should probably do just to be respectful and responsible
Yes.
and good human beings? We should probably just stay here.
We should stay here
We
tonight.
should get a room.
And you know what? Just to save money, why don't we just get one room?
Be silly to pay for two.
Right.
We're just
I
going to
mean,
go to
I
sleep.
think that's exactly how the conversation.
Been there. So you had a great night, and then the next morning everything was fine, seemingly so, and then you never heard from him again. Did I gloss over anything?
No, that's exactly what happened. We had a good night, tried reaching out to him a couple of days later, and still haven't heard back from him.
All right, let's call Ben. You ready?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Hello?
Hey, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Who's this?
It's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you, man?
Jeff and Jen. I know what you guys want.
You know what we want?
Yeah, really? Why? You're not surprised?
Is this about my dates or?
You listen to our show then.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, have you been dating?
I have, and I'm pretty sure I know who this is about. Does it have to do with a wedding by any chance?
It does.
It does.
And why are you laughing?
Because I know who's calling you, and I know why she's calling. And yeah, I mean, we just to kind of give you, my side of the story. We did go to a wedding. We had a good time, but I'm not sure if you guys have ever been a plus one at a wedding where you kind of feel out of place.
Totally.
And-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of got this feeling that I was there for a specific reason, and that was to make some dude jealous. And I looked over various points of the wedding, seeing her at the bar, on the dance floor. She was flirting with the same guy over and over again.
And
In
that
front
guy
of
was
me.
not you.
That wasn't me. And
Interesting.
yeah, so she gets flirty. She was drinking, and this guy had a wife and a kid. So I was more, wondering how the wife wasn't, if she was seeing what I was seeing. It's
Oh, so the wife and
Very-
kid were there.
they were both there.
Yeah.
So it was
Huh.
a very uncomfortable situation for me, and I don't want any part of that, to be honest.
Like, what would you see her doing that indicated to you that there was, and were what was she doing and was it one-sided or was he flirting back?
It was definitely two-sided. So there was definitely some interest there from what I'm gathering. But when a girl just looks into a guy's eyes and you could just tell, you could just tell that they're connected in some way.
You lost them, yeah.
Yeah, the way she was looking at him, the way she was also rubbing his arm at some point, and just the way she flipped her hair. It's just intuition,
Yeah.
Not only women have intuition. we know it's something.
Now, did your intuition tell you that there is something already going on there between the two of them? Did you sense that chemistry? Because, there's always that chemistry between two people who've slept together. You just know.
Right.
Or
looked like-
was it more it just felt like flirting?
It looked like past history and something that they want to rekindle. That's what it seemed like.
Okay, so you think they know each other.
They know
Unfinished
each
business.
other.
Yeah,
Huh.
exactly.
Interesting.
Yet I do find it fascinating that you went back to the hotel room with her anyway and didn't let that stand in the way.
Nothing gets in the way of that, right?
Yeah, of course not.
Low hanging fruit.
All right,
right?
well, Ben, you're a fan of the show. You know how we roll here on Second Date Update. Madison,
Yeah.
who was this guy?
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, I don't even know which guy you're talking about. I'm friends with all the guys who are in the wedding. I don't have anything going on with any of them. And I was with you the whole night.
All right, so tall guy, dark hair. Think his name was Ryan. Pretty wife, little kid. Do that all you want, but I'm not an idiot. I know what I saw.
Ryan, are you serious? Dead wrong. We're friends. He's like no. He's like a brother to me. I've known him for years. I know his wife for years, so I don't know what you think you saw, but it's just not true. And I mean, like, if that's what you believe, why did you go ahead and sleep with me then?
It was a wedding, and you were available.
Oh, man.
Come on now.
Oh, wow.
Should have taken a second to.
You could at least say that you liked her.
I was turned off immediately after the flirting. That was not done.
Yeah, you slept with me.
I love this.
What?
This is just second date update. Like, this is why second date update still to this day
Entertains you?
Yes.
I know, but
never
it sucks
gets old
for her.
me. No, I
It
know.
sucks for her. And at the same time, if she is screwing around with a married guy, especially if it's a guy that she knows and she knows the wife,
She's not likely to admit that here.
she's not going to admit that here. And imagine if you are screwing around with someone who is married and there are strong feelings there, and you are going to be at an event where that person is going to be with their spouse and it's unavoidable. How hard is that for you if you're emotionally engaged and attached to someone who is married to someone else at a wedding, and you're sitting there alone watching the two of them together, this other woman living the life that you want to be living with the man you love, or vice versa, and you're there by yourself? I would think it would be easier to take a date.
Ben, you want to go to a wedding with me?
Sounds
You
good.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not saying it's okay. That's not forgiving anybody's behavior in that kind of situation. Just saying, if that were the situation, ugh.
Well, it leaves us with this question. Madison, assuming that you're telling the truth and that this guy Ryan means nothing to you beyond a brotherly friendship that you've had for years.
Ryan is family. I am not interested in him. He's like, ew.
Right. Does that change anything for you at all, Ben? Or have we burned a bridge here by our quick reaction?
The bridge is on fire here. I think Ryan might be family, but he's your future family. That's what I got out of it.
You're that
Well, you know what,
convinced.
Ben? I think you burned that bridge when you said you slept with me, even though you were turned off by the situation, and accusing me of like adultery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you taking the call, Ben, and for having the conversation with us. It always kind of helps when the people we call know the drill.
True.
Oh, yeah, by the way, she's on the phone.
Yep. And then you go.
Right. Best of luck to you both.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.